Chilies. Good boy. Day 2 in quarantine. All right. 10 minutes and we'll get going. Hello, Heather. I just saw your story. It was brilliant. I reshared it. Right, we'll get started in a little bit, just over 5 minutes. So, yeah, day 2, quarantined yoga, streaming live from my humble abode to your humble abode. Yes. So any questions before we begin? We'll be holding on and waiting for 7 o'clock, and we're scheduled to start. Bit cold today as well. Bit cold out there. It's all good. It's warm in here. Yeah, roll your mats out. Grab blocks if you need. Blocks. Strap if you need a strap. I'm just rambling on. Just yeah. Still waiting. We've got 5 joined so far. I think we had about 20, 23, 24 yesterday joined. So good stuff. I don't even think I could fit 24 into the space that I hire. So yeah, good numbers. Yeah, thank you for your support, everyone. Those that joined me yesterday and those who didn't join me yesterday, but we're looking forward to joining me today. Yeah, it's really nice to have your guys' support and faith in me and my teaching. It's just great to be able to continue to share the yoga practice with you at this time when I think we all need yoga in our lives right now. It's really important to keep those positive vibes going, and keeping our emotions chill. It's crazy. I've never known anything like this before. Oh, good Hebs. Yeah, be good to have you in my class virtually. No, and the good thing about this, like I said yesterday, you're on your own basically. So if you need to rest at any point, you can rest. Like you can in a normal class, of course, as well. But it's a tendency to, drive yourself on and force the posture sometimes in a class environment. So this is a nice way for you to just, take it nice and steady. The class that we're going to be doing today, is going to be Ashtanga-inspired. It's not going to be an Ashtanga practice, but it will be inspired by the method. So, just as always, listen to your body and we'll be slowing it down a little bit, and it's still going to be quite chill. It's going to be a chilled version of the Ashtanga method. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. Let's go get some water actually. If there's anyone, more messages. Oh, thank you. That's lovely to say. Well, like I said, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, so I can continue to share my love for yoga. I've been practicing over 12 years now, so yeah, hopefully. Hello, Sally! Yay! Did you set up an account especially so that you can comment? That's awesome. It's just been an amazing. Nice. Yoga's been amazing for me. If you've been in my classes, you know how much I love practice. Not so much the physical; it's the spiritual aspect. It's everything it does for your life, mentally, emotionally, and I can't push the practice enough. And remember, it doesn't matter what style of yoga you do. Just find a style that resonates with you. A teacher as well that you connect to is really important. And it doesn't really matter what you do. Anything can be yoga. Sitting quietly, focusing on the breath is yoga. Anything with awareness. So don't worry about what, don't worry about handstanding or, putting your leg behind your head. That's not the goal of yoga. The goal of yoga is inner peace, calmness, and we certainly all need that at this moment in time. It's getting a little bit crazy out there. Hi, Kate. Hi, I've not seen you in ages. Thank you for joining. We'll wait a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. So hopefully the sound is good again, which I think it is, as you've all been commenting. And and like I say, it's going to be, for those that have just joined, it's going to be an Ashtanga style, but it's not going to be the full practice by any means. So it's going to be available to all. Even if you're a complete beginner, if you've never done yoga before, don't worry, it's going to be good. It's going to be fine. So as always, try not to drink water during the practice. But of course, I'm not there to say don't, to tell you to put the bottle down. So if you do want to have a sip of water at any point, please have a sip of water, and just make sure that your room is nice and warm. You don't want to be practicing in a cold room. It is 7:00, so thank you for joining me, and let's get onto our mats and we'll get started. So we'll start this evening in a comfortable cross-legged position. So you can sit on a block here as well, or on a cushion. If your knees are, if your hips are tight, your knees are a lot higher than your hips, then please sit on a block. Just make yourself comfortable. As always, as a tradition in my class, we're just going to start with some breathing. So let's bring our hands into chin mudra. So that's tips of the forefinger and thumb touching. Rest them on top of the knees, palms facing up. We'll close the eyes. And we'll just take a moment to get settled in. So first, just connecting to how the body feels right now. And just noticing how the mind is. Again, has it been busy today? Has there been anxiety or stress? Or has it been quite peaceful, quite calm? Noticing the emotional body. How are the emotions this evening? Are they quite settled, or are you feeling excited or contented? And we'll just bring our awareness to where our seat connects to the mat. I want you to ground down through your seat. Using a natural inhale, just find a little bit more length through your spine. And we'll soften the face, soften in the forehead, soften behind the eyes, soften the cheeks, the jaw, soften the shoulders, just allowing the arms to be heavy on the legs. And just bringing your awareness to your natural breath. Without changing how you're breathing. It's always tempting to change the breath when you bring your awareness to it, but try to resist. Just notice the breath as it is right now. Notice where the breath is. Maybe it's quite shallow in the top of the lungs. Maybe it's deep in the abdomen. Maybe the breath is fast. Maybe it's slow. And we'll start to deepen the breath now. So with your focus on your abdominal area, as you inhale, draw your breath down into the abdomen. Allow the abdomen to expand like a balloon. And as you exhale, the abdomen contracts. Navel comes towards the spine. Just continue to breathe just with the focus on the abdomen. As we wake up the lower part of the lungs. And we'll start to move that breath up the body now. So as you inhale, draw your breath down into your abdomen and draw it up into the chest, feeling the ribs expand, armpit to armpit. And as you exhale, the chest falls, the abdomen contracts. And again, just continuing to breathe. At your own pace. And finally, using the full capacity of the lungs now. So as you inhale, draw your breath down into your abdomen, up into the chest, and up into the shoulders. Shoulders rising slightly. And as you exhale, the shoulders fall, the chest falls, and the abdomen contracts. Again, at your own pace, just continuing this breath. As again, we take control of our breath for the next 60 minutes, pulling it from the subconscious into the conscious. Movement with conscious breath. And maybe beginning to activate your Ujjayi breath now as we breathe with sound. So constricting the back of the throat slightly and making a sound like a distant ocean. And using that constriction to slow the breath. As you exhale the breath completely, get everything out. So you can feel a natural contraction down in your abdomen and into your pelvic floor, the natural contraction of the bandhas, the energy locks in the body. You're going to try now to keep those bandhas engaged as you take your inhales. So think of drawing the navel back towards the spine and lifting the pelvic floor, trying to create a vacuum in the abdominal area. And again, at your own pace, just continue to breathe those nice, deep Ujjayi breaths. And just taking a moment to check that you've not tensed up again around the shoulders or the face. And if you're new to yoga, new to this Ujjayi breathing, and it feels a little bit difficult, maybe you can't make a sound, don't worry. Practice makes not perfect. Practice makes better, I should say. So just keep trying to make that sound. Doesn't really matter so much as long as you're taking those deep breaths, full inhales and full exhales. We'll gently open the eyes now. We'll take the hands forward, shift the weight into the hands. Again, if you can't get over the legs, just swing the legs around. We'll find a high plank position. So as always, in our high plank, the tailbone is tucking under, nice and strong through the legs. The fingers are spread, the palms are pressing into the mat. If you're struggling in your high plank, remember you can always drop your knees at any point. Inhale and exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Again, you can drop to the knees here if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog, point the toes, open the chest, lift the gaze. Then exhale, downward facing dog. And we're just going to hold this downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal the legs here. Move the hips from side to side. Again, just connecting to how your body feels. Noticing your areas of tension. Maybe the shoulders, maybe the legs, maybe the back, the lower back. Maybe you're feeling tension throughout the body. This is all good. And looking between the hands, inhale, walk the feet to the hands, feet together, extension through your spine, look up. And exhale, fold. Head comes in towards the shins, lift the sit bones. Ground down through the feet, inhale as we come all the way up. Palms touch, gaze into your thumbs. And exhale, hands hard, center, close your eyes. Just taking a moment, maybe to set an intention for your practice this evening. Maybe there's an area that you want to focus on. Maybe it's just to stay with the breath. Maybe it's just to explore the yoga practice with me this evening. Maybe there's an area that you struggle with. Maybe if you try too hard, maybe make your intention this evening to have patience, to find a meditation in the practice rather than forcing the practice. Or maybe you'd like to donate the energy from your practice this evening to someone in your life who you feel needs it more than you do right now. Gently open the eyes. Welcome to Samastitihi. So feet together, big toes touching, shoulders back, chest nice and open. Tuck the tailbone under slightly. And just gazing directly ahead as we prepare for some sun salutations. So let's do 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A and just 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar B, just to warm up the body before we start getting into some postures. Inhale, raising the arms, strong through the legs, reaching up, palms touch, gaze to the thumbs. Exhale as we fold forward. Keep that navel drawn in, head comes in towards the shins, lift the sit bones. Inhale, find extension through the spine, look up, flat back. And exhale, stepping the feet back, find a high plank position. And exhale as you lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Strong legs, lift the thighs, open the chest, look up. And exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips up and back. And we'll hold 5 breaths. 1, inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. Your knees can be bent in your downward facing dog. Exhale. 3, inhale. Exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale. 5, look between the hands. Inhale, walking or jumping feet to hands. Extend through your spine, look up. Exhale, forward fold, head comes in. Inhale to come all the way up. Palms touch, gaze thumbs. And exhale, Samastiti. And again, Ekam, inhale. Raise the arms, palms touch, gaze thumbs. Dway, exhale, folding forward from the hips. Hands to the mat, lift your center of gravity, head in. Trini, inhale, find length through the spine, look up. And Chatwari, exhale, jump in or step in the feet back, high plank, lower down, Chaturanga-dandasana, elbows into the ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog, open the chest, lift the gaze. Shut, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. 1, inhale, find length through your spine. Exhale. 2, inhale, wrap the triceps under. Exhale. 3, inhale, navel still towards the spine. Exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale. 5, look between the hands. Inhale, jump or step feet to hands. Extension through the spine, look up. Ashta, forward fold, head in. Nava, inhale to come all the way up. Palms touch, gaze to your thumbs. And exhale, Samastiti. Last one of A, Ekam, inhale. Dway, exhale, forward fold. Trini, inhale, find extension through your spine, look up. Chatwari, exhale, jump or step the feet back, high plank and lower down with control, Chaturanga. Again, drop to the knees if you need to first. Inhale, upward facing dog. Strong legs, open the chest. Shut, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale.
1. Inhale, fingers spread, palms press the mat. Exhale. 2. Inhale, lift the sit bones nice and high. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Look between the hands. Inhale, jump or step feet to hands. Extend the spine, look up. Exhale, forward fold, head in. Inhale to come all the way up. Palms touch, gaze thumbs. And exhale, Samasthiti. Bend your knees on the exhale. Prepare for B. Inhale, Utkatasana. Palms touch, gaze thumbs. Dway, exhale, forward fold, head in, straighten the legs. Trini, inhale, extend the spine, look up. And Chaturanga, exhale, jump or step the feet back. High plank, lower down, Chaturanga, drop to the knees if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left heel pivots to your center line. Right foot steps forward. Sapta, inhaling as you come up. Palms touch, gaze thumbs. Ashto, exhale, hands back down. Step the foot back and lower down. Chaturanga. Nava, inhale, upward facing dog. Desha, exhale, downward facing dog. Right heel pivots to your center line, left foot steps forward. Ekadasha, inhale, drive into that left heel, reach. Dwadasha, exhale, hands back down, step the foot back and lower down, Chaturanga. Trayodasha, inhale, upward dog. Chaturdasha, exhale, downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. 1, inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. You can drop to the knees at any point if you need to. Exhale. 3, inhale. Exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale. 5, look between the hands. Inhale, jump or step feet to hands, look up. Exhale, forward fold, head in. Bend your knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale, Samasthiti, last one. Ekam, inhale. Dway, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, look up. Chaturanga, exhale, jump or step the feet back and lower down, Chaturanga. Pancha, inhale, upward dog. Open the chest, send the heart forward. Shat, exhale, downward dog. Left heel pivots, right foot steps forward. Sapta, inhaling, coming up, palms touch. Ashto, exhale to your Chaturanga Dandasana. Nava, inhale, upward. Desha, exhale, downward. Right heel spit, the right heel pivots, left foot steps forward. Ekadasha, inhale. Dwadasha, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Trayodasha, inhale, upward dog. Chaturdasha, exhale, downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. 1, inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale, control the breath. Exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale. 5, look between the hands. Inhale, jump or step feet to hands. Look up, extend the spine. Exhale, coming into a forward fold. Saptadasha, bend knees. Inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale. Samasthiti. So it should all be nice and warm. Jump in or step in the feet to hips width apart. So we're staying facing forward here. I'll just turn it so you can see. We're going to fold forward, bend the knees as much as you need to catch the big toes, peace, fingers, and thumb. Especially if you're really tight in the hamstrings and you're like this, bend the knees a little bit to take a little bit of pressure off the lower back. Inhale, find length through your spine, look up. And exhale, Padangusthasana. So pulling on the toes, pull the crown of the head down, and pull the chest in towards the knees. Hold in here, 5 deep breaths. For 1. Tip the weight forward slightly into the balls of the feet. 2. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, so elbows pull back towards the shins. 3. 4. 5. Trini, inhale, straight on, straight back. Exhale. Bring the hands underneath the feet, preparing for Padahastasana, so palms facing up. If you feel a little bit unsafe here, just bringing the fingers underneath the toes is all good. Inhale, find length through your spine. And exhale, fold. And again, holding here, 5 breaths. 1. Keep that navel drawn in. 2. And press the feet into the wrist if you can. 3. You're just getting a good stretch to the back of the legs. 4. 5. Inhale, lift the gaze. And exhale, Samasthiti. Feet together, hands by your side. Preparing for Utthita Trikonasana. Ekam, step back with the right foot. So feet about 3 feet apart, arms up to shoulder height. Take an inhale here. As we exhale, we're pivoting on the heel of the right foot, turning the foot out. Soften the knees as you reach to take hold of the big toe, peace fingers and thumb. If you can't take that big toe, if you're really tight in the legs, you can take a variation, bringing hand to the shin or onto a block. The left arm reaches high. We're trying to straighten those legs as much as we can, finding space through the body, space through the chest. Try to square the chest open, long side of the mat. Lift the gaze and gaze tip of the left hand. We'll call that 3. Keep breathing nice and deeply. For 4, just feeling a stretch through the legs, a stretch through the lower back. 5, exhale, look down towards the foot, soften the knees. Inhale, press the mat away as you come back to your starfish. And exhale to the other side. So again, soft knees as we reach to catch that big toe if you can. And then inhale, straighten the legs as much as you can. Peel the body open, long side of the mat. And gaze tip of the right hand for your drishti, your focus point. 1. Deep breaths. 2. Just check that navel is in. 3. Strong through your foundations. Drive the feet into the mat. 4. 5. Exhale, look down to the foot, soften the knees. Inhale, press the mat away as you come back to your starfish. Coming into B. Exhale, right foot pivots out again. Swing the hips around, square them off to the back of your mat. Dive forward, twist. Left hand comes down onto the mat outside of that right foot if you can, or again, you're using a block. If you haven't got a block, just bring the left hand onto the right shin. I'm just trying to twist the body open here as much as we can. Lift the gaze if you can, gaze tip of the right hand for 2. If you're a little bit wobbly, you can step that left foot out a little bit more just to make a better base here. For 3, keep drawing that right hip back. 4, chest forward and up. 5, exhale, look down to the foot, soften the knees. Inhale, press the mat away, come back to your starfish. And exhale to the other side. So pivot the left foot out, squaring the hips to the top of the mat. Dive forward, twist. Right hand comes down outside of the left foot now. And left arm reaches high. Gazing tip of the left hand for your drishti. Good. 1. If you've got a connection with that right hand on the mat, press that hand down. 2. See if you can internally rotate that right shoulder to open the upper body. For 3, can you find a little bit more space, a little bit more length through your spine. 4, 5. Exhale, look down to the foot, soft knees. Inhale, press the mat away, come back to your starfish. And exhale, Samasthiti, top of the mat. Utthita Parsvakonasana A. Stepping back with the right foot again for Ekam. The feet are about a leg's distance apart this time. Arms up to shoulder height. Inhale. As you exhale, pivot on the heel of the right foot, turn the foot out. Knee bends over the ankle this time. Elbow drops onto the knee for your option 1. The left arm comes underneath and overhead for the extended side angle posture. Keep driving those hips nice and low. As always, if you're working into full posture, hand can come onto a block or all the way down onto the mat if the hips allow. If it compromises, the twist in the back of that chest starts to fall, just stay on the leg here. For 3, 4, 5. Exhale, look down to the foot. Inhale, press the mat away, come back to your starfish. And exhale to the other side. So left foot pivots out, knee bends over the ankle, elbow drops to the knee again for your option 1, and the right arm comes underneath and overhead. Driving those hips nice and low. See if you can lift the inner arch of that back foot to open up the hips to the long side of the mat. For 2, and again, you're taking full posture here if it's in your practice. For 3, 4, 5. Exhale, look down towards the foot. Inhale, coming back to your starfish. We'll skip out B, the twist. Exhale as we come back to Samasthiti, top of the mat. Prasarita Padottanasana. Let's do A, C, and D. Stepping back with the right foot again. Hands are coming straight to the hips this time. Inhale, find length through your spine. And exhale, folding forward from the hips, flexion through your spine as you fold. Hands come to the mat, shoulder distance apart. Inhale, find length through your spine again, look up. And exhale, crown of the head comes towards the mat as we tip forward into our wide-legged forward fold. If those elbows start to bend, you can walk the hands back between the legs. Keep the hands shoulder distance apart and press forward to encourage the crown of the head down. We're going to hold it here, 5 breaths. We'll call that breath 3. 4, micro bend to the knees. Just check that you're not locking out the knees here. 5. Inhale, straight arms, straight back, look up. Exhale, flex your spine, look to your navel, hands come to your hips. Inhale to roll all the way up to standing, chin to the chest as you unwind the spine. And exhale. Coming into C. Inhale, arms come out to a T. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back, palms towards each other. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades together. And exhale, fold forward from your hips. Crown of the head comes towards the mat again, and arms go overhead. So just working into our shoulder extension here at the same time as working into those legs. And holding for 1. Again, maybe the hands don't move too far away from the back. It's all good as long as you can feel that stretch. For 2, stretch it through the shoulders, the front of the shoulders, the chest. For 3, tip the weight forward into the balls of the feet. 4, just keep moving with that breath. Inhale to find a little bit more length. Exhale to press deeper. 5, look to your navel at the tail of that exhale. Then inhale to roll all the way up to standing. And exhale. Inhale, fly the arms high, hyperextension. And exhale, hands back to the hips. Coming into D. Inhale, find length through the spine, lift the gaze. And exhale, folding forward from the hips. And we'll catch the big toes this time, peace, fingers and thumb. Or you're taking the ankles or the shins, or we can keep our hands on the mat or on a block if this is too much. Inhale, find length. And exhale, folding forward. And crown of the head comes towards the mat. And actively, again, trying to engage the scapula, so scapular strength. So pulling the shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades down the back. And we'll hold again, 5 breaths. For 2, Again, tip the weight forward. Find that tipping point. For 3. If the head is touching the mat, press the head into the mat. Lift the sit bones. 4. 5. Inhale, straight arms, straight back, look up. Exhale, flex your spine, look to your navel, hands come to your hips. Inhale to roll all the way up to standing. And exhale, stepping back to Samastitihi, top of the mat. We'll leave it there. We'll come into our balance. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So jumping or stepping the feet, hips width apart. Catching the waist. And you're going to gaze to a fixed point ahead on the floor or on the wall to help keep your balance in this posture. Bending the right knee, reach around the outside of the leg, see if you can take hold of the big toe, peace fingers and thumb. If you can't get to that big toe, our variation is just to interlace the fingers in front of the right shin. If you have that big toe, on your exhale, engage your abdomen and straighten the leg as much as you can. If you're working into full posture, fold forward over that extended leg and gaze big toe, left foot for your drishti. 1, 2, and again we can be here, this is all good. For 3, if you're here, your work towards is to pull that thigh in. 4, 5, inhaling. As you exhale, leg opens to the right, Pajva Drishti to the left. So keep hold of the big toe. If you have the big toe, this is your posture. If you have the big toe, otherwise we're here in our variation. For 2, 3, 4, keep that breath going. 5, inhale, leg comes back to center. Exhale, head comes towards the knee to nose touch, or we try. And then inhale, releasing the foot or the leg, hold the leg up straight and strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knee, release the left side. Hopefully we're getting really warm now. So bringing the weight onto the right foot, bend the left knee, take hold of the big toe, peace, fingers and thumb, or again you're taking a variation here. Again, if you have that big toe, on your exhale, engage abdomen and straighten the leg as much as you can. 1, keep breathing. 2, check on those banders. 3, make sure the navel is in. 4, 5, inhaling and exhale, leg opens to the left, Pajva Drishti, Drishti to the right if you can, or continue to gaze ahead if it sends you too much off balance. 1, just working into that inner groin. 2, keep hold of the big toe if you've got that big toe. Again, this is the variation. For 3, 4, 5, inhale, leg comes back to center. Exhale, head comes towards the knee to nose touch, or we try. And inhale, releasing the foot. And again, we're holding that leg up. 1, try not to fall over. 2, 3, check on those banders, draw everything in and up. For 4, and 5, bend the knee to release. Good stuff. Coming straight into Utkatasana, Virabhadrasana A and B through a full sun salutation. Okay, tops of our mats, feet together. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Extend the spine. And exhale, jump or step the feet back, high plank and lower down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sapta is we jump or step feet to hands, feet together, knees together, and come straight into our Utkatasana. So bending the knees, shifting the weight into the heels, reaching through those fingertips, and gaze to your thumbs. Hold for 1, 2, try to find length through your spine. For 3, 4, 5. Exhale, folding forward. Your chance to do a tuck handstand here if you're tucking. Otherwise, we're going to inhale, find length through your spine. And exhale, stepping the feet back, finding high plank. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left heel pivots to your center line. Right foot steps forward. Sapta, inhaling as we come up into our warrior one, our Virabhadrasana. Palms touch, gaze into your thumbs for your drishti. Try to square those hips, the chest to the top of the mat. For 2, 3, resist interlacing the fingers, keep the palms touching. Even if we're here, this is all good. 4, 5. Inhale, straighten the right leg, pivot on the heels, switch the feet to the other side. And exhale, left knee bends over the ankle. Keeping the drishti up to the thumbs. Hold. 1, 2. See if you can lift the inner arch of that back foot. For 3, see if you can create more space in the front of the hips. 4, 5. Coming into warrior 2, open the arms up and the hips up, long side of the mat. Gaze over tip of the left hand. 1, 2. Just check the shoulders are relaxed, so we're not lifting shoulders here. 3. Heel, hips open. 4, 5. Keep the arms up if you can. Inhale, straighten the left leg, pivot on the heels. Switch the feet and exhale. Right knee bends over the right ankle. Gaze in tip of the right hand now. Hold. 1. Again, see if you can lift the inner arch of that back foot. Just make sure the foot isn't collapsing, the hip is closing. Open the hip up. For 3, 4, 5. Exhale, windmill the hands either side of the front foot. It's your chance for a kick handstand if you're practicing your handstand in here. Otherwise, we're just going to step that right foot back to meet the left, find a high plank, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll come to sit. Inhale, jump step or kneel through to a seated, straight-legged position. Good. On the mat, how are we all doing? Good. So we're going to come into our Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Let's find Dandasana to begin with. So legs strong, toes pulling back towards the body, shoulder blades down the back, chest nice and open. Inhale and exhale. We'll fold forward from the hips, taking the shins, the ankles, catch the big toes if you can get to the big toes. Just being mindful again that we're not rounding into the upper back, so don't worry about getting the toes. It's better to be here with a nice straight spine and just getting some movement in those hips than rounding through your spine. Inhale, find length, and exhale. Move with your breath. Inhale, finding that length. Exhale, pressing deeper if you can. Just releasing the back of the legs. So 3, keep that breath going. 4, 5. Inhale, lift the gaze. And exhale, release. We'll come straight into hip opening. So bending the right knee, heel towards the buttock. Knee falls out to the side, sole of the right foot onto the inner left thigh. Left leg nice and strong. Pull the toes back to the body. Inhale and exhale. Again, folding forward from the hips. Take the shin, the ankle. Again, if you can reach the foot, take the foot. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale. And again, moving with the breath. Just be mindful that the shoulders aren't shrugging up to the ears. Create space for 2, 3,
4, 5. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, release. Coming into the left side, straighten the right leg. Bend the left knee, heel to the buttock. Knee falls out to the side. Inhale, find length. And exhale. And again, move with the breath. You can close your eyes here if you wish. Just really go inside the body. For 2. Try to relax. 3, soften the face, soften the shoulders. 4, strong through that right leg. 5, inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, release, straightening the left leg. We'll come into, let's take Ashtanga. A right knee bends, heel to the buttock. So align the heel with the sit bone here. Keep a palm's distance between the foot and the thigh. The left leg is still nice and strong. Pull the toes back. Inhale. As we exhale, we're folding forward inside of that right leg. Your option 1 is to be here, just reaching towards that left foot. And again, you can sit on a block here. If you're finding that your body is shifting backwards and you can't get any movement in those hips, sit on a block or a cushion. If you're going well, maybe you're taking a bind. Internal rotation in that right shoulder to catch the opposite hand behind the back. Again, this is working into the shoulders a little bit more, internal rotation in the shoulders. If you can't take the bind, your intention is just try to pull that right knee into the body. And we're just going to stay here. We'll call that 3 breaths. I've probably been here about 15 breaths. You know me. For 4, 5. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, release. Straighten the right leg and bend the left knee, heel to the buttock. Line the heel with the sit bone. Again, palms distance between the foot and the thigh. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold forward inside of that left leg. And again, maybe you're just reaching towards that right foot with the left hand, using that right hand to press yourself forward a little bit more, or you're taking your bind, catching the opposite hand behind the back. Inhale. And exhale, fold it. And hold, breathe for 1. Again, maybe we're here, this is all good. For 2. Just noticing what's coming up in the body. For 3, noticing any emotions, any frustration. 4, just allow that frustration to go. Just accept where you are right now. All is good. 5, inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, release the posture. Let's straighten the left leg. We'll bend the right knee again. And we'll come into our twist. Marichyasana C. So again, setting that foot up so the heel is in line with the sit bone. Again, that palm's distance between the foot and the thigh. Taking the right hand behind the back, left hand on the knee. This is our option 1. Just inhale, find a little bit length. And exhale, twisting and gazing over your right shoulder. If you're going well, maybe you want to hook that left elbow outside of the right knee. We can be here. If you're binding, take your bind. I'm going to stay with the easier variations this evening in case we have beginners with us, which I'm sure we will have. And again, we're just moving our breath. Inhale to find length. And exhale to twist a little bit deeper if we can. So 2, 3, if you're in this variation, elbow pushes into the knee. Knee presses back into the elbow to create that twist. 4, 5. Inhale, look into the front. Exhale, releasing the posture. Straighten the right leg, bend the left knee. Heel comes to the buttock. Left hand behind the back, right hand onto that knee. Draw the navel in, find that length. Inhale. Exhale, twist. And again, gazing over the left shoulder now. Move with that breath. And again, maybe we're just hugging that knee in, just working into that upper back. For 2. And again, you're hooking the elbow, you're taking your bind if it's available. For 3, 4,
Maybe you're straightening the arm, working into that internal rotation. Maybe we're here. 5. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, releasing the posture. Let's come into Navasana. So you notice that I'm missing out the vinyasas just to make it a little bit easier for us this evening. So bending your knees. Let's do, which time we got? Let's do 2 rounds of Navasana. Shoulders back, chest nice and open. As always, our option 1, take the hands under the thighs, just lift the feet. Option 2, release the legs completely. Option 3, see if you can lift the legs a bit higher. Option 4, full Navasana. Option 5, take a rest. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, cross the legs. Inhale, try to pick up if you can. Exhale to lower back down. And we'll do another round. Inhale. 1. Okay, maybe we're here, maybe we're straightening one leg. 2, 3. If you can feel the core working, all is good. 4. Okay, maybe we're here, this is all good. 5. Exhale, release. Let's come into Backbends. Soles of the feet together. And again, you're sitting on a block. If the hips pretty tight, the knees are high, sit on a block. Our option 1 is just to cup the feet. Again, if the knees are high, just cup the feet, just work into those hips. Try thinking of putting the chest forward over the feet. If you've got a little bit more in the hips, open the soles of the feet up to the ceiling like you're reading a book. Shoulders away from the ears, inhale and exhale. Staying here, breathing deep for 1. If those knees are high, use the elbows on the legs to encourage them down. For 2, 3, keep moving with that breath. Every inhale, find the more length. For 4, every exhale, pushing a little bit deeper. 5, inhale. Exhale, let's come into B. Round the spine, collapse the chest, and bring the forehead towards the feet. 1, and maybe we're here. This is all good. 2, just keep that navel drawn in. 3, 4, press through the spine. 5, inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, release. Let's come into Upavista Konasana, wide-legged forward fold. So just a leg's distance between the feet. The legs nice and strong. And again, finding those sit bones, grounding down through those sit bones. The back is straight. Again, don't worry about how far you go down towards the mat. Try to fold with awareness of what your body's doing. So we don't want the shoulders to come up. We don't want to be hunched over here. We want to create that nice space through your body. Inhale, find length. And exhale, folding forward. So again, we're folding from those hips. It's not from the back. Try to keep the back as open as you can. Chest as open as you can. Taking the shins, the ankles. If you can take the outsides of the feet, you take the outsides of the feet. Inhaling, finding that length, and exhaling, pushing a little bit deeper if you can. Keep moving. The 3. Think of pulling the sit bones back towards the wall behind you. 4. Think of pressing the heart forward. 5. Inhale, lifting the gaze. And exhale, releasing the posture. Let's bring the feet back together. And we'll make our way down to a lie down position with control. Take the hands towards the feet. Make sure those bandas are on as we flex through the spine and come all the way down to a lying down position. Shoulder blades under the back, chest nice and open. I'm going to do some bridge. We've done a lot of forward folding. Let's work into front opening a little bit now. So we'll do 3 rounds of 5 breaths. If full wheel, full Urdhva Dhanurasana is in your practice and you want to go and do that, go ahead. I'm going to find it difficult, I think, to count and talk through Urdhva Dhanurasana. Still one of those poses for me. So I'm going to stick with bridge. We want the knees directly over the ankles and the feet hips width apart or slightly wider than the hips. Hands by the hips for your bridge or by your ears if you're coming up into full back bend. Like I said, we're going to do 3 rounds of 5 breaths. So maybe you want to warm your legs up with bridge on the first round when you're ready. Inhale, lifting the hips up. 1. Nice deep breaths into the abdomen. 2, 3, try to relax, try to focus the mind. 4, squeeze the glutes if you're in bridge. 5, exhale, lowering down. And inhale, lift again. 1, 2, keep that breath going. 3, drive the heels into the mat. 4, 5, exhale, lower down onto the crown of the head if you're in full back bend. Last round, inhale, lift up. 1, 2, 3, find strength through those legs. 4, and 5, exhale, rolling down. Let's hug the knees into the chest. And give yourself a squeeze. And we'll just counter pose that back bend. Maybe rocking from side to side here. Just massaging your lower back. Just letting it all go. And releasing. We've got some options actually. If headstand is in your practice and you want to practice your headstand right now, go ahead and do so. So if you practiced with me in class, you know exactly what you're doing in your supported headstand. Go ahead, get into your headstand. Everyone else, we're going to try a shoulder stand or a variation of our shoulder stand. So hands come by the hips. Your option 1 is just to pike the legs towards the ceiling. So half inversion is still doing some good for the body. It's really, the heart can relax a little bit here. And the blood gets released from the legs. So this can be an option for you right now. It's a really nice posture to do against a wall as well before bed. It's quite a relaxing posture. Otherwise, if we can, we're going to see if we can pick the hips up, catch the back, and come into a full shoulder stand. So pointing the toes, gaze into your big toes for your drishti, and we'll just hold for 5. For 1, just making sure the weight is in the shoulders, the elbows, it's not in the neck. But 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. We're just going to lower the legs down. Bend the knees. And the knees either side of the head. We'll take the hands onto the mat and slowly, slowly, with control, just rolling all the way back down to a lying down position. Nice and controlled. Keep that breath going. And let's take Matsyasana, fish pose. So we want the feet together, and the toes pointed this time. Let's bring the hands underneath the buttocks, palms facing down. Shimmy the elbows as close to the body as you can get them. And we'll press into the elbows, lift the top half of the body up. Just opening the chest here. Option to drop the head back if it feels good. If it doesn't feel good to the neck, keep the chin to the chest. If it's too much here, just come here. This is all good. Just open the chest and we'll hold for 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lifting the gaze if you're in full posture, and exhale, rolling back down to a lying down position. Let's hook the knees into the chest. We'll rock forwards and backwards and come back to a seated position. So again, if you're using a block, sit on a block again here. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, we'll take the hands behind the back. If you're in full lotus, catch the big toes. Take your bound lotus posture. Inhale, find length. And exhale, just folding forward. And we'll stay for 5 breaths. Slow the breath. For 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale, hands into Chin Mudra. Inhale, find length through your spine. And exhale, drop chin to the chest. You can close the eyes here or gaze tip of the nose for your drishti. And just breathe in. I'm not going to count. I'm just going to keep breathing those deep Ujjayi breaths. Letting go of the practice. Letting go of any judgments that may have came up as you practiced. Just remember the class that we've done this evening, it's pretty challenging, especially if you're new to yoga or new to Ashtanga, which the practice was based on. But remember, it's with a practice of patience and tolerance that we find our way towards yoga. It doesn't matter how far you get in any posture. All that matters is that you show up on your mat and you try. As long as we keep showing up, we keep trying, and slowly, we get there. And it's not so much the physical, it's the mental. It's what happens to our minds. This is the most important thing, the most benefiting thing about the practice. That calmness, that inner stillness to help us deal with life's challenges, and those things that life likes to throw at us. It can take us to the darkest parts of ourselves sometimes. If we learn to stay with the breath, to stay in the present moment, we can get through those challenges. However hard they may seem, tough they may seem. And just know the peace can be found at all times. You always have that peace within you. If you allow yourselves to be still, you allow yourself to be present. When you're ready, we'll make our way to our final posture, our Savasana. So taking your heels as wide as your mat now, and we'll come to lie down with control. Flexing through the spine as you come to lie down, and then take up space with your arms, palms facing up. It's getting nice and comfortable in your Shavasana. If you have a blanket, maybe put a blanket on you. It's always traditional to cover yourself in a blanket. Even if you're in a room, that's something we don't do in studios so much. Now some studios don't have blankets. It's really important that you cover yourself so that you keep the energy from the practice, the heat from the practice locked in as you rest in your Shavasana. We cool down very quickly in Shavasana. So get nice and comfortable, shoulder blades under the back, chest nice and open. And just check in that those palms are towards the ceiling, nice and open, as a sign of complete surrender in your Shavasana. Letting go of your Ujjayi breath, and letting go of your bandhas. And as always, just allowing yourself to be completely still now. Maybe give the jaw a wiggle. Just check there's no tension in the face. Space between your back teeth. And just taking a moment to notice the weight of the body pressing into your mat. Just scan the body, noticing the arms, the back of the hands, the back, the hips, the legs, the heels, the back of the head, supported by Mother Earth. Notice any sensations on the skin. Maybe you can feel the heat from the practice. Maybe you can feel coolness from a draft around the feet or the hands. Notice any sensations in the body. Maybe you can sense a buzzing of energy from your practice. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat throughout the body. And bringing your awareness now to your natural breath. The body completely still, apart from the subtle movements from your breath. The ribs expanding and contracting. The wind entering and exiting through the nostrils. The abdomen rising and falling. If your mind wanders, just notice when it's wandered off. Notice if any thoughts come, just acknowledge those thoughts and then just draw your focus back to your breath. Just remaining in this stillness. I'll wake you up with 3 bells when it's time. And as you rest here a little while longer, a reminder, as always, to practice patience, to be gentle with your body. The first rule of yoga is ahimsa, kindness or non-violence towards yourself and towards others. But firstly, towards yourself. We must first be kind to ourselves in order to be kind to others. Yoga is a practice of discipline and of patience. We must be careful not to force the postures, force the practice. The asana practice, the movement, is a meditation, first and foremost. We must be careful that it doesn't become just another form of materialism. A pose, something to get, something to achieve. And we can learn so much about ourselves whilst we're on our mat. How we approach a posture. We can tell us about ourselves. If we're impatient on our mats, we're usually impatient in our daily lives. If we get frustrated easily on our mats, then we probably get frustrated easily in our lives. So again, it's all this learning about ourselves that we can find out through the physical practice. And just allowing yourself to be wherever you are, accepting wherever you are. This is the yoga. Just slowly, slowly trying to become a better version of yourself. And we'll take a deep inhale now. Exhale the breath, completely connect the navel to the spine. Inhale the breath into your heart space. Fill your heart space. Exhale the breath into the fingertips, the toes. Start to wiggle the fingers and toes and bring movement back to your body. Rotating your wrists and your ankles. Moving your limbs. And bringing your feet, your legs together, taking your arms overhead for a full body stretch. Find full extension through your spine. And draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze. And as always, just taking a moment to show some gratitude, to show some self-love, as we're all cooped up inside our houses at the moment. Just gratitude that you're well, that you're healthy. Gratitude for what your body can already do, that you have a body, that it all works. You've got limbs, you've got eyes, you've got feet. And we'll rock from side to side, rocking to our right hand side when we're ready. And joining me again in a comfortable seated, cross-legged position. Take your time coming out of your Savasana. And we'll bring our hands into Anjali Mudra at our heart center. Let's reconnect to the breath just for a moment. And before we finish, maybe let's think of 3 things that we're grateful for this evening. It can be absolutely anything. From a person in your life to the room that you're in right now, or for an item of clothing that you're wearing, for your mat. And let's finish with an Om and 3 Shanti. Shanti means peace, 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 peace. And I think it's appropriate at this time that we send peace throughout the world to everyone that's going through what we're going through right now. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hare Om. Raising your hands to your head for kindness in your thoughts, to yourselves and to each other. Hands to your hearts for kindness in your actions, and to your lips for kindness in your words. from my heart to your heart. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. So that's our second live yoga session in our houses under quarantine. So who knows how the next few weeks are going to go, but I will continue to do these classes for as long as is needed to give you guys a space, of course, and so you can continue to practice with me. I can continue to give you my love and my energy. As always, I am always available on WhatsApp, on social media as well. If ever you have questions, if you need to talk to me about your practice or anything, to be honest, I'm always there for you guys. So yeah, and don't forget, if I don't think I put the link on this video, but if you enjoy the class and you want to donate to me to help keep me afloat during these tough times, please donate. Don't feel that you need to, especially if you're struggling yourself. Please, I will do this completely free. I just love to do this. I love my job. So, I do not expect anything. I know a lot of you donated yesterday and it was really, really wonderful. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful for that. But yeah, if you have any, I'll see some comments going through. If you have any questions, like now's your chance to ask. I love the yoga, great. Oh, Paul and Amanda, yay! Hi. I hope you enjoy the class. Wonderful. See you soon. Oh, Lucy, thank you for joining me, Lucy. I hope, did Molly join today as well? Did she let you practice in peace, or did she join as well? I won't be doing a class tomorrow. I have to go and pick up Heather. Heather, I'm coming for you. I'm picking Heather up from the Lake District. She's coming home. Hopefully she can get to the Philippines. Oh, they're good. Nice ball. That's wonderful. But yeah, there won't be a class tomorrow because I'm going to be away picking my friend up from the Lake District, bringing her home. So I'll be gone pretty much all day. But I do intend, I'm going to do a class on Sunday morning, 9:30 on Sunday morning, a nice, gentle Sunday relaxed class. Again, this is a class I would usually have done anyway. So I'm going to be beaming it live to you from my little humble abode. Wonderful. Thank you, Adrian. Oh, good to see that you joined. Oh, good, Adrian. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, so look out, like I say, I do post on social media to let you guys know. How do we donate? Paul, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link. You can go to, it's directly to my PayPal. So if you go paypal.me/raw yoga, you can donate. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Second practice. Thank you for joining me, Andrew. Great to have you in class, and I hope you're well. Like I say, it's. If you're struggling, please don't feel that you need to donate. I will just do this for free. It's completely free for me to do through YouTube. So, but yeah, it's just if you enjoyed it and you feel you want to donate, then please feel free to do so. Oh, thank you, Sally, my number one fan. Wonderful. Stay safe to you as well. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for joining me. Does anyone have any questions about their yoga practice while I'm here? I can always ask. It's something I do at the end of my classes always. If you have any questions or anything that you think I'm able to help with, then do ask. I'll be here a minute or so. I'll ramble on just to allow the time to tick. But yeah, if you've got to shoot, then thank you so much for joining me. I hope your animals haven't been tripping you up while you've been practicing. I got rid of mine. They're in the other room, thank God. They've been weaving through my feet as I was trying to do it. So yeah, I had to give them the lockout, really. They're locked in, I'm locked in, everybody's locked in. But no, thank you for joining me, you guys. And have I missed anything? Oh no, I think that's it then, you guys. I think that's it. So yeah, so no class tomorrow, but
Thank you, Paul. Love to you and Amanda. Yeah, love to you all, guys. Thank you for joining me. I will see you if you're up Sunday morning, 9:30, and you want a nice, relaxing, gentle class similar to the one we did yesterday. We'll work a little bit more into the shoulders. Yesterday was more hips, hamstrings focus, so let's work into the shoulders, the upper back a little bit. So yeah, feel free to join me then. Lots of love to you. Stay safe, everyone. Try not to hoard toilet roll. Try not to hoard pasta. I think I got the last bag of pasta yesterday in Sainsbury's. And yeah, let's just look out for each other. Let's try and to keep this community vibe. Let's stay positive. There's lots of negatives around at the minute, so let's like fight that off, and let's just try and stay positive for each other. And yeah, love to you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Thank you, guys.